It has been 2 years this weekend since Hurricane Harvey made landfall in Texas. Along with Hurricane Katrina, Harvey stands as the costliest storm on record, with damage estimated at $125 billion. The hard work of disaster recovery in this country does not end when the headlines go away. A storm lasts hours or days, but it takes years for many to get back on their feet. Most disaster response focuses on the immediate aftermath, and that is important. But who stays behind long term? Who does the work even today to handle the mess left behind? That story is the latest in our continuing series, Who We Are. Houston had never seen anything like it. 60 inches of rain in 5 days. Harvey damaged or destroyed 300,000 buildings and homes. 2 years later, the recovery is far from over. What have the last 2 years been like?
Hell.
There are people like Ollie and Leonard Goss who lived in Houston their entire lives.
This house has been here since the 30s, but it's never flooded until now. It literally knocked me off my feet.
The water knocked you off your feet.
Oh, yes.
Because it was rushing that.
It was that swift.
The Gosses escaped but were unable to rebuild their ruined home alone.
Let's go out and do the thing. All right.
They were saved by a group called All Hands and Hearts. The Houston operation is run by L.B. Cook.
Our big thing with Harvey was arrive early, stay late.
Do you think people still get that? Do you think people still understand how many people are without homes, how many people still have badly damaged homes?
No.
Cook's mostly volunteer team lived together for weeks or months, eating in a community room, sleeping in small bunks. During the day, they fix homes, putting up new drywall, replacing appliances, installing fixtures. They learn fast, on the job, from a 26-year-old fueled by a past disaster. Cook's home in Mississippi was one of hundreds of thousands destroyed by Hurricane Katrina in 2005. Her family lived in a trailer for months. Her 9-year-old sister went to the hospital for pneumonia caused by black mold.
Let's go, guys! 1 minute!
As a team leader for All Hands and Hearts, Cook runs a Houston operation, constantly cycling in and out new volunteers. She was also on the ground in Puerto Rico after Hurricane Maria. Cook acts as manager, worker, and friend.
It's a lot going on.
Why do you do it?
Because somebody's got to do it, for one. And I know what it was like before I had the purpose. When you know that there's something out there and you're looking for it, and then you find it, it's the spot.
And it makes you feel good.
Yeah. My mom was here last week. She followed me to Puerto Rico, and I know she's proud of me.
I'm proud of you, and I just met you. All Hands and Hearts believe they're filling a space sorely lacking. After a natural disaster, FEMA does give money to homeowners, but it's often misspent, and rarely enough to cover the full cost of rebuilding. All Hands and Hearts says they put donated dollars directly into labor and materials, cutting out the middleman. Here in Houston, the group is also rebuilding the home of 80-year-old Ella Hill. She lives alone in the twilight of her life. Who knows what would have happened if All Hands hadn't come to the rescue.
I like when people ask, how are you doing? You say blessed.
I'm blessed. Every day I open my eyes, I expect a miracle, and I get it.
Ella Hill's attitude is emboldened by All Hands, people who were typically more than half a century younger, with no incentive other than altruism.
These folks have been pretty helpful, huh?
Fantastic. Nobody ever does anything for me.
Well, they are.
Yes, they. Oh, and you saw the work.
Yeah.
You all going to take pictures of it, aren't you?
We have, yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I know.
As the work at Hill's home continues, at the Gosses' place, after 7 months, it's finally finishing.
Oh, my goodness.
The Gosses held hands throughout our conversation.
Not only did that beautiful refrigerator come, they brought a range. I couldn't believe it. I started crying. I felt like an idiot, but have you seen them? They're beautiful. That's just what I would have picked out.
I love that you're so happy.
Oh, you just don't know. And getting him back in the house. He needs to be back in the house. He's been, poor thing.
I want to give you guys your key back. It's all yours now.
can move in.
Our cameras were rolling when the keys were handed over. The Gosses were finally home again. That night, the project was celebrated by the entire all-hands team. The coordinator on the project, one of L.B. Cook's team leaders, has been working with the Gosses every day, from start to finish.
We completed the house, and he said that, like, we officially made him happy again. So.
What do you think you're able to do right now that other groups aren't?
I mean, we're still here, and every day we're working on different ways to close the gap, to reach more people, to stay longer. How can we use our resources to do good work and empower people to be able to move forward with their lives?
Selfless and unconditional dedication.
You almost made her cry. You almost made me cry. It's just a beautiful thing to see when somebody gets their home back, how much that means. Some stranger helping them.
Yeah, and the people working on it, right, are 50 or 60 years younger than them, never knew them before, dedicate a year of their lives to making someone happy.
And you'd be surprised how many of these organizations, I call them pop-ups, are doing exactly what this one is doing. There's one called SBP. They started after Hurricane Katrina. It is amazing. Someone is moved, inspired to help because they see a need.
And the next disaster will happen.
There's
yes,
no doubt.
it certainly will.
And we hope that they will be there for them as well.
Yeah.